Hey everyone, Xman490 here, and my hair is kind of a mess, and I haven't shaved it in a while, but whatever. So this video is going to be about like this what's on this note card, a bunch of games that are like not quite so the fact that there aren't a lot of games that are interesting to me coming out on the PlayStation 4, but there are quite a few on the Wii U. I'll be talking about some stuff that's been announced in the most recent and the second most recent Nintendo Direct. Again, just briefly mentioning the previous one, of course, as I mentioned it before. And also a new trailer that came out just kind of all of a sudden. But for now, first the PlayStation 4 stuff that doesn't really interest me. First, there's Infamous Second Son, which is, I think it's like the second most interesting game to me, second to Kingdom Hearts 3, which Kingdom Hearts 3 isn't coming out for like a year or two. Meanwhile, Infamous is kind of another superhero game, though it does have really good collecting sort of things and various superpowers, so. And I haven't played an Infamous game before, but then again, there is probably going to be the older Infamous games from PlayStation 3 going to be available on PlayStation Now, which I can access with my Vita, which I'm pretty sure you were able to see there. Whoa. I'm moving my phone around a lot. Then there's, I guess like the one I'm third most interested in sort of. Well, there's Final Fantasy 15 and Dynasty Warriors 8, which are might just be like similar, just kind of similar to how they've been. Dynasty Warriors very very silly, kind of Chinese emperor characters and stuff. I guess I'm not a big fan of the series, but I do kind of like how the gameplay style is. Final Fantasy 15, as I mentioned, has had that character teleporting around, which that sounds like a lot of fun if you can actually do that. But we'll see. Then there's Destiny, which is like some sort of like I think it was a first person shooter, something like Halo, I guess. Probably third person, but still, it is sort of like an MMO or like a multi massive multiplayer experience. But then again, it doesn't seem to have anything like really interesting in terms of gameplay. Though the setting is really cool. Then there's also The Order 1886, which I actually saw a preview of, and it doesn't seem that great. It seems like another third-person shooter, not too many interesting weapons, and it's kind of like Gears of War in like Victorian England, sort of, with like some sort of dark themes going on. Eh, now I'm not too interested in that, which is kind of unfortunate because like the first trailer showed like some really cool weapons, like some kind of minigun thing and a Tesla gun or electricity gun. But yeah, the thing is that a lot of these, quite like some of these are just first person shooters and games that just aren't that great, like from series that haven't been so great. But now let's go to the Wii U side of things. There's Mario Kart 8, which is I think that's coming out in May 30th, which is actually pretty good for me because I can get that in maybe like a month after release, so that I can get points from Nintendo or Club Nintendo, all 60, and have it count for the next Club Nintendo year, and thus I will be in the cards for getting the gold like Club Nintendo Gold exclusive thing for that year. Another game I'm interested in, as I mentioned before, Hyrule Warriors. It was announced in the previous Nintendo Direct. I'm kind of surprised that it wasn't mentioned in this new one that came out a week or two ago. But then again, whatever. It's fine, you know. Um, all that needs to be shown really has been like all that needs to, it still like could be shown like, oh, here's some characters, here's Sheik, here's Tingle, or um, maybe even like Ganondorf in there. I don't know too many. Oh, right, and Groose, of course, Groose would make the most sense out of those I mentioned here. Cause like he can be like he's a lot like Link, he's like, oh, I want to be the hero too. And also he was in Skyward Sword, and that would make sense as there are the Boblins, I think, or Bokoblins. I think that's what they're called, the little Moblin dudes. Those from Skyward Sword. All right, next. I guess like the game that I'm most likely to get on launch here is NES Remix 2 because it actually has a much better selection than NES Remix 1. Uh, the first one just had like the first Mario, the first Zelda, Donkey Kong games, and then just some sports games. It wasn't that great, but this new one's gonna have Kirby's Adventure, Zelda 2, a couple Mario games, and it even like in being remixed, and a full Mario 1 sort of remake sort of thing with Luigi going backwards. And let me think. I think that's all I kind of remember. I think there was maybe Dr. Mario in there. I'm not sure. But yeah, much better variety. So that I'm probably gonna get quite soon, as soon as it launches in I think mid-April. So that's good. I guess on the topic of retro stuff, there's Shovel Knight, which I would have gotten on the PC anyways, or PC or Mac, regardless if I would have, regardless of me getting Wii U. But getting Wii U with that is really good because it natively supports the Wiimote, which is my preferred controller for 2D platformers. Of course, it's like an NES controller, but it fits your hand quite a lot better, and the buttons are softer, and that's kind of it. And also the D-pad's really nice. Like pretty much the best D-pad. Like like it's even better than like the other Nintendo controllers D-pads because like some of them are kind of big, some of them like you have to push down them a lot, but the one on the Wii remote controller is really good. Next, I guess a couple of games I'm not really interested in, but people are really interested in. Um, Xenogears and Xenogears 2 or whatever it is. Something. Okay. My phone was warning me about its battery. Xenogears 2 sort of thing. It's not really that, but it's probably gonna be that. Looks okay. I mean, doesn't look too interesting to me. It's some sort of like action RPG, and like characters running around a giant monster and shooting it. I mean, at least it is pretty good for those people who like that sort of game, sort of like I guess Secret of Mana, kind of, something like that. Just very simple game, RPG mechanics, strategy, but it's in real time, so pretty good. And then there's Bayonetta 2. I'm not sure if I'm really interested in it or not. Like it kind of depends on if it's going to be really difficult, I guess. Like I'm okay with hard, like really tough difficulty in say Mario or Donkey Kong Country. Um, which by the way, I'm probably going to get Tropical Freeze, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze in a few months. Probably. I mean, I heard that it is very, very tough. Like, basically like twice as hard as the new Super Mario Bros. U, I guess. Like not quite unfair, but it's like you better get used to this, buddy, because this you're gonna have some real tough platforming to do. But anyways, Bayonetta 2 does look really nice. The character is funny, like Bayonetta is funny, and also like it's funny how like she has this weird British accent, like really pompous, really like oh I'm so awesome, so fancy or whatever. Eh, and also there's some like magical kid. I don't know. Sounds like it would be an interesting story. Then there's Super Smash Bros. 4. Not a whole lot more interested in it now than before, but I am, probably gonna get it. Probably around the time of launch. In fact, probably on launch, I guess. Since a lot of other people are gonna be playing it, and I want to get used to it. So when tournaments come up for it, I'll be ready. I should be ready to do the smashing and the new sort of engine probably and all, and with all these old NES characters, like again they don't really interest me, like Mega Man, whatever, Little Mac from Punch Out, meh, whatever. Animal Crossing guy, like the villager, not an NES character, but still I don't really care. Same with the Wii Fit Trainer, but hey, whatever, they represent some, like different genres, and that's really nice. See them all hitting each other, you know. And finally, the thing that trailer came out like 3 weeks ago, Sonic Boom. Sounds really funny. For those of you who've forgotten, it's like the characters are like taller, and Knuckles is really beefy, like tall and muscular. Like he has a huge torso. Sonic has like a bandana or something, and they all have bandages. It's like, oh, we're hardcore, yeah. It's funny, and it's also funny how there was like dubstep in the game's trailer. I'd really like it if they keep up that like silly tone, which could happen, because the characters have been silly before. It's like whoa, better watch out, or like stuff like that. Being silly. And also the gameplay looks really good, like Sonic Adventure, but that's basically it. And also multiplayer like Mario 3D World because Sonic's gotta follow Mario's footsteps in one way or another. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And I think all these games I mentioned are coming out this year. Yeah, which is really nice. Like so many more games than those like coming out on PlayStation 4 that interest me. And it's funny how like people are saying, "Oh, Wii U has no third-party support. It's gonna fail. That's the Wii U's downfall. Oh, what a sham. What a terrible thing. Nintendo, why don't you get those third parties in there?" But it kind of does, like there's Sega, there's Ubisoft, kind of. I mean, Ubisoft, like, apparently it's held off on releasing DLC, and now it's delaying Watch Dogs for some odd reason. I mean, hopefully they're just perfecting it more, which is weird because there's already been a delay of like half a year. But whatever, gonna be good anyways, I guess. So Sega, Ubisoft, the people who make Dynasty Warriors. So yeah, and also like a bunch of indie developers. There's also some sales on their games, here and there. Not too many, like on say PC platforms or PC download services, but the eShop is pretty nice, pretty good, you know. So that's going to be it for this video of vlogging time. Oh, right, one more thing. In case you haven't seen, I'm going to be doing a Let's Play Pokemon Platinum in a month. Yeah, in a month. On May 22nd, the game's 5th anniversary is going to be good. I'm going to have Steel types. And yeah, stay tuned for that. And goodbye.